Hey guys, good morning. I hope all is well with you and yours. We want to talk this morning about Robert Redford. He passed away. Um he's a Hollywood icon, actor, and I think he will go over everything, but I think he created Sundance as well, Sundance pioneer. So let's go ahead and start with this CNN article. And then while we're waiting, let me know in the chat your favorite Robert Redford moment or film. Okay, let's go ahead and play CNN. And I hope you guys are having a great day and rest in peace to Robert Redford. Here we go.
That legendary actor and director Robert Redford has passed away. He was 89 years old. And I was thinking about this. I think Robert Redford is in more of my favorite movies, possibly, than any other actor. Let's bring back Jason Carroll, who has been reporting on everything we've learned about his death and his family. Jason, what more can you tell us?
Yeah, I'm absolutely in agreement with you. I think of some of my favorite films, films like Ordinary People, which he didn't even act in. He directed his directorial debut and actually won the Academy Award for. I want to begin, though, once again by rereading the statement that was given to us, which says the following. It says, Robert Redford passed away on September 16th, 2025, at his home at Sundance in the mountains of Utah, the place he loved, surrounded by those he loved. He will be missed greatly. The family requests privacy at this time. Again, when you think of the name Robert Redford, a name that is synonymous with classic Hollywood actors. You mentioned some of the films there. I mean, the list just goes on and on. The Sting in 1973, The Way We Were with Barbra Streisand, All the President's Men, just some of the films, the noted films that he starred in. This was a man whose career spanned decades. And again, not just an actor, not just a director, not just a producer, but also an activist. You think of this as a man back in the 1970s who started speaking out about environmental issues, also known for his conservation work, spoke out early on about the rights of Native Americans, and of course received the Presidential Medal of Freedom in 2016. This is a man who will be greatly missed, not just in Hollywood, but around the world.
You know, one of the most famous lines in The Natural, where he played Roy Hobbs. Roy Hobbs said he wanted people to walk down the street and look at him and say, there goes the greatest ball player that ever was. You know, with Robert Redford, he could walk down the street and people could say, there goes one of the greatest movie stars there ever was, to be sure.
Without
Jason,
question.
Thank you. I want to bring in Brian Stelter. And Brian, you had a chance to actually interview Robert Redford for CNN. Brian joins us by the phone right now. Hey, Brian.
Yeah, if there was a Mount Rushmore for film, Redford would be right there on it. And you know, he had that stature, he had that presence in every room that he walked in. He created and helped and nurtured countless careers by founding the Sundance Film Festival. That is one of his greatest legacies. Actually soon moving, but that annual festival, one of the most important dates on the calendar for independent filmmakers, for documentarians, and that was all thanks to Redford. I remember interviewing him there about a decade ago. He was pushing 80 years old almost at that point, and he talked to me about how he still learned something new about film every year he was there. He said, I'm looking for innovation. I'm looking for new ways to tell stories with cinematography, with using the camera in different ways. And I found that so inspiring then and again now, that he was always looking for new ways to tell stories, always trying to learn about the art and the craft of filmmaking from younger generations that he helped inspire. You know, he also produced many TV series over the years, including a couple for CNN over the years. The number of titles he had, the number of fans he had, it's really immeasurable, John.
Yeah, you know, his love for the environment. Just watch A River Runs Through It, which he directed. You can see how he felt about the outdoors there, not to mention the fact he helped launch Brad Pitt's career in that remarkable role. Brian Stelter, I'm watching you talk to him right now. What an interview that must have been. Thanks so much for sharing your experiences.
Redford has died this morning at his Utah home at the age of 89. As one of the industry's most desired leading men, Redford was also an Oscar-winning director, the founder of the Sundance Institute and its film festival, as well as an advocate on a number of important issues. NBC's Joe Fryer has more on his life and legacy.
Introducing Robert Redford. From the start,
Okay, Pop, I'm sorry for you. I'm sorry.
he was captivating.
You're very nearly perfect.
It's a rotten thing to say.
For more than half a century, Robert Redford mesmerized us with some of Hollywood's most unforgettable characters. Born in 1936, Charles Robert Redford, a rebellious teen after his mother's death, lost a baseball scholarship and was kicked out of college. So he tried acting.
Give me your hand.
Handsome and sexy, he quickly landed roles on television and stage, soon earning top billing in Barefoot in the Park, first the theatrical version, later on film.
How long will you be staying with us, Mr. Bratter?
6 days.
And nights, we were walking down a corridor, and I noticed that all the secretaries, oh my God, there he goes. And I just thought to myself, this man is going to become a huge star.
Jane Fonda was right. Throughout the 70s and 80s, Redford set the bar for leading men. But early in his career, he worried about being typecast as just a pretty face.
Early on, when there was overreaction to something I'd done, I got really nervous about what my life would be if I played into that.
So he was, admittedly, picky.
What's the matter with you?
Then along came a Western with Paul Newman, Butch Cassidy, and the Sundance Kid.
I can't swim!
I remember when I saw the film, I thought, this is a dud. Well, because there was a song in the middle of it.
Raindrops keep falling on my head.
That blockbuster catapulted Redford to superstardom. This one made him an icon. After teaming up with Newman a second time for what would be another fan favorite, Redford wanted to try something new,
Give her the goddamn camera!
stepping behind the camera in 1980 and winning his first Oscar for Ordinary People, the first of many films he directed. Redford's legacy reaches far beyond Hollywood.
Bush's policies have been a disaster.
He was an outspoken environmentalist and a pioneer. As founder of the Sundance Film Festival, Redford provided a stage for independent filmmakers. A legendary career from a man who didn't believe in looking back.
Don't look at your career as anything that's gained momentum over time. Just keep going forward and focus on the future.
And who spent a lifetime giving us all something to remember. Joe Fryer, NBC News.
NBC's Joe Fryer reporting. His filmography is so extensive and legendary, it's hard to get into all of it there. The Natural, The Candidate, The Sting. A vote here as for Sneakers, one of his last films, early 90s, really wonderful. And of course, how many journalists have been inspired to do this job because of All the President's Men? Robert Redford, dead at the age of 89.
Okay, guys, I wanted to just share a little bit of his filmography, if you will. I forgot all about. I remember Butch Cassidy, but I forgot about Indecent Proposal, which was one of my favorite movies that Robert Redford was in. One of my favorite movies. So let's go over to IMDb and see what films he directed and acted in. And rest in peace to Robert Redford. Let's go. Okay. Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid. That was great, right? Don't forget, just think about the movie with him and Jane Fonda, him and Barbara Streisand, and all of the different kind of soundtracks that came from that. Okay, so let's go on over to, of course, we know he was born August 18th, 1936 in Santa Monica, California. He was super handsome. I didn't get to see a whole lot of Robert Redford films that were older, but I like old films, so maybe we'll go over some of those. Just looking at some clips of Robert Redford. And yes, the Sundance Film Festival. Okay, so let's go through his filmography. Wow, he won 1 Oscar. Let's see what else. Blockbuster Entertainment Awards. Oh, yeah. He was a nominee for Best Picture Quiz Show, nominee for winner of Best Director for Ordinary People. Wow, that's really interesting. Okay, let's go to the filmography. So they have, let's go to the actor. 82 places, 82 different films. Oh, I didn't mean to exit out. Sorry guys. I exited out right quick. Okay, let's go to actor. And isn't it something like he was scared he was going to be just always thought of as the pretty boy? Let's go here. Okay. So, Dark Winds, that was his first. Oh, no. I'm sorry. They started recently. 1 episode of Dark Winds, he was a chess player in 2025, but they didn't credit him. Omniboat. I don't know if you guys saw any of this. Avengers Endgame, he was Alexander Pierce. Buttons, a musical film, he was the narrator. The Old Man and the Gun, he was Forrest Tucker. Our Souls at Night, Lewis Waters. Okay. The Discovery, he played Thomas. Pete's Dragon, he played Meacham. One More Chance, okay. He was Robert Redford, TV movie. Truth, he was Dan Rather, okay. Walk in the Woods, Nature is Speaking. The Glove, he narrated. Captain America, the Winter Soldier, I didn't see that. Making a Scene, let's see. All Is Lost, The Company You Keep, okay, remember that. Jim Grant, Lions for Lambs. Charlotte's Web, he was Ike the Horse. An Unfinished Life, we remember that. Wasn't Jennifer Lopez was in that one, right? The Clearing, Spy Game. The Last Castle. The Horse Whisperer, Tom Booker. Up Close and Personal. Indecent Proposal, he was John Gage. A River Runs Through It, so I think that's the one that he directed as well, and he was the narrator. Sneakers, Havana, Legal Eagles, Out of Africa. The Natural, Electric Horseman, A Bridge Too Far, All the President's Men, 3 Days of the Condor, The Great Waldo Pepper, The Great Gatsby. He was Jay Gatsby in The Great Gatsby, 1974. The Sting and The Way We Were, 1973. The Candidate in 1972. Jeremiah Johnson, that he played Jeremiah Johnson. The Hot Rock, Little Falls, and Big Halsey. I remember that. I think that was a Western, right? Tell Them Willie Boy Is Here. Downhill Racer. Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid, 1969. Barefoot in the Park. The Property is Condemned. The Chase. Inside Daisy Clover. Situation Hopeless but Not Serious. The Defenders. The Virginian. Breaking Point. The Dick Powell Theater. Alfred Hitchcock Hour. He was in that 2 episodes, 1962 and 1963. He was in The Untouchables in 1963. Alcoa Premiere, Dr. Kildare, War Hunt, The Twilight Zone. Alfred Hitchcock Presents, The New Breed, Bus Stop, Route 66 in 1961. Whispering Smith, The Americans, Naked City, Play of the Week. Our American Heritage in 1960. The Iceman Cometh in 1960. Perry Mason in 1960. He did 1 episode. Tate, Moment of Fear, Playhouse 90. The Deputy, Tall Story, Rescue 8. And Captain Brosnan conversion. This is interesting. Then he did Maverick. Then he did, that was his first movie, one episode in 1960. So rest in peace to Robert Redford. We were talking about this, like how things come in threes, you know what I mean? Because who did we lose last week? We just lost somebody last week. I'm so sorry, I can't remember right now. Let's see. Let's go to TMZ and see what they said. But that's like a wives' tale, if you will. So TMZ got the report that the rep of Robert Redford, who was Cindy Berger, tells us Robert passed away Tuesday morning at his home in Sundance, Utah. Berger said Robert was surrounded by the people he loved in the place he loved. His cause of death has not been revealed. And it says the iconic filmmaker spent decades as a leading actor in Hollywood, with some of his most notable projects being 1969's Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid, 1973 The Sting, 1975 3 Days of Condor, and 1976 All the President's Men, and 1984 The Natural. Hey Scott, good morning. My first introduction to Robert Redford was the early 90s movie Sneakers. Oh, that's okay. And then you should check out the classic movie with Redford and Paul Newman, The Sting. Thank you, Scott. It also says that he worked with a number of Hollywood's favorite leading ladies, including Jane Fonda in 1967's Barefoot in the Park, Barbara Streisand in 1973, The Way We Were, and Meryl Streep in 1985, Out of Africa. Nice. So Redford transitioned into directing in 1980 with his debut film Ordinary People, winning major critical and commercial success. It also won him an Oscar for Best Director. In 2002, he was awarded the Lifetime Achievement Honorary Oscar. Then in 2016, President Barack Obama handed Redford the Presidential Medal of Freedom, the nation's highest civilian honor. Redford is also known for founding the Sundance Institute, a nonprofit dedicated to showcasing independent filmmakers. In 1981, he took the helm of a struggling film festival in 1984, which became the iconic film festival in Park City, Utah, we know and love today. In 2012, he reportedly expressed distaste for how popular the festival became. So Colin Farrell reacted to the death of Robert Redford on the Today Show this morning. Oh. Oh my goodness. Scott said when I saw this headline about Robert Redford, I thought we must protect Tom Hanks and William Shatner at all costs. Oh wow. And you know what? Oh my gosh, Tom Hanks, one of my favorite actors as well. I remember reading Robert Redford. He was supposed to be, I don't know if anybody ever saw Bridges of Madison County with, man, you want to cry? You want a real good cry? Watch the Bridges of Madison County. Really good. Well, he was supposed to be the star, but then Clint Eastwood got the role. And I could really see him in that as well. Yeah, we got it. Like that's just we got to be careful and stuff. Someone put a whole generation of great stars are leaving us. End of an era. He lived at the best time in history. Rest in peace to the great actor and one of the best looking men ever. All right, y'all. I just wanted to share this news. This is sad. But what a life, you know. They always say it's not what you do. It's not how long you live, but what you do with the dash in between. And he did that. So rest in peace to Robert Redford. And you guys have a wonderful day. I'll be back later. Hey, Wyoming girl. Have a great day, y'all. Bye.